First question on the back on the right-hand side.
First off, congratulations. But with the way college football is now, the transfer protocol, is that a hard decision for three of you guys to make, to leave one school to another? I mean, look where you're landing at now, so how was that process?
I should have said, could you please introduce yourself, your affiliation, and let us know if it's a question for any one particular athlete or for all four.
Mark Wilson, Team NDS, is for the line that you got.
All four? Let's start Stetson.
Well, I think my transfer was probably a little bit different than these other guys. I went to JUCO because I wasn't playing. I know Caleb was already starting and left. I'm going to let him speak on that. But my whole thing was, I didn't think I was going to be playing at Georgia. Then I thought they had their guy, and so it just made sense for me to go to JUCO and then try to go somewhere big after that.
Yeah, I think kind of my mindset is with the whole portal is just going wherever you can find success. Whether that's at the school you're at, somewhere new. I just think doing whatever's best for you. In my situation, I decided to stay at TCU. It was the best spot for me, somewhere that I wanted to be. So that's kind of my mindset with all of it.
Yeah, I mean, two great points. I think it's negatives and positives to it. I think the positive outweigh the negatives though. Like it puts the player in the power, which I think everything is right. But if you're in a competition and you're trying to get to a spot and you think you should start, I think you should stay at your school and not run from competition. But I know a lot of players that have personal issues and things that they don't like at the school. So I definitely think it's a two-way street where there are positives and there are negatives.
Yeah, my situation is different from all of theirs because I actually am the one that went into the transfer portal and had to transition between two totally different places, a totally different brotherhood that I had to build between the two places. And so I think honestly that it is kind of like CJ said, there's a lot of positive and negatives. And if you're competing for a spot, you should stay and compete and keep working because if you don't get the spot, you were just that close. But if you do, like I did at midway through the season, coming in, I was a freshman. I wasn't a sophomore or anything like that where I was going to transfer out. But I understood that I wasn't in the position that I wanted to be in, so I kept competing. I kept working. I kept my chin high and fought for my spot. Ended up getting it throughout the season. First Texas, and Coach Ryder left, and I made a decision for myself and my family.
Next question, right-hand side. Excuse me, left-hand side.
Stephen Johnson, Fort Worth Star Telegram. Question for Max. Before you came up here, you were in Baltimore, got to meet Johnny Unitas, then went to a couple other places. I was just wondering, how special was that trip for you and just getting a chance to meet Johnny Unitas?
Yeah, the trip was awesome. Obviously a great reward, to be recognized, as myself, my family, my school. I just think all these, experiences, once in a lifetime opportunity. To come here to the Heisman, get to know these guys, be a finalist for, a prestigious award just means so much to myself and my school, and so, a lucky spot to be in right now.
Back right-hand side.
Cody Rock, Basketball Networks. For all of you, so often in your careers, people have set the expectation for your career, who you're supposed to be, where you're supposed to be. How have you managed it, and what advice would you give to the next group that's going to come and sit in those seats and have to deal with other people setting expectations?
I guess I'll start. I don't know. I think it starts with just having a confidence in yourself. That hey man, like your book's not going to be like everybody else's book, and that's all right. It doesn't have to be. Regardless of, if you start from day one or you wait or it's not up to you, but you keep getting better, and then all of a sudden then you start. I think it's about goals and it's about competition. But at the end of the day, it's hard to be a starting quarterback at this level and not believe in yourself. And I think that takes care of the time.
Yeah, I think just kind of continue to believe in yourself. I think, adversity is going to hit. I know all of us have been through a lot of failures through our career, but, we've all learned from it, and it's really helped us and our teams. So I think just continuing to believe in yourself, know you're going to get through it because, when adversity hits and you get through it, it's going to really help you become a better person and player.
Yeah, I definitely agree with both of them, and if you don't believe in yourself, then I don't think anybody else will. So, and if you're going to be a leader of an offense, leader of a university, which is, I think, is a responsibility of being a quarterback at these great universities we're at. If you're going to have that responsibility, you have to believe in yourself because you're going to lead the whole program, you're going to lead the whole school. You have to lead by a great example. So that's first and foremost is confidence, and then expectation. Everybody's going to have an expectation. You can't really lock in anybody else's. You have to lock in your team goals, your personal goals, and then your family goals, of course. And I definitely think that kind of what took me home when I got to college. Regardless of what you do, and I'm a firm believer in this, is you can do good, bad, ugly, sad, no matter what. Somebody's always gonna have something to say. There's always gonna be somebody out there trying to help you or say something bad about you. But if you just be yourself and trust yourself and lean on your family and things like that, I mean, any expectation really doesn't matter. So.
Yeah, expectations is from other people is just added pressure, and you don't need that, especially as a quarterback. You already have the responsibility. There's only one quarterback on the field. Wide receivers you can rotate, D linemen you can rotate, anything like that. Responsibility of a quarterback is special to football, and so the expectation that, like CJ said, you have for yourself. And the team goals is the most important thing, for yourself and also for the team.
Front middle, please.
Jordan Hill, Dogs247, question for each of the finalists. Other than yourself, who do you think is the best dressed tonight?
How about Caleb? We'll start on your side.
Other than myself. I'm gonna go CJ. I like the red. We got USC got a little red in it, so I like it.
Ohio State got a little red too, so no but man. But nah, I think everybody looks really good. I know Stetson got the time for it, looking real nice. I think I told Max he was a little worried about his suit, but I think he looked fly. Yeah, but Caleb,
with the purple tie, it's fly.
Yeah, Caleb got the Gucci on, you know what I'm saying? So that's always gonna be fly. So, I think everybody looks good though.
Yeah, I was trying just not to embarrass myself today. I was making sure, I was gonna, try to keep up with these guys. But all these guys are, kind of making me look down right now. So I'm trying to hold it up for everybody right now.
If we go by what I'm most likely to wear, we'll probably go with Max. If we're going by night, I imagine Caleb's, he left that tag on purpose. So I imagine this is pretty nice.
Back right.
Blake Carroll from the Queens Club. Kind of related to this, I was wondering if you could talk about name, image, and likeness endorsements that you got this year. Were you satisfied? And particularly in Caleb's case, I'd imagine being in downtown Los Angeles could be more lucrative than downtown Norman, Oklahoma when it comes to endorsement deals. Comment?
Was that a question for all of us?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll start it off then. NIL, it's a great thing. There's a lot of pros and cons to it, just like the transfer portal. It's something new, just like the transfer portal. And so, there's gonna be people that feel some way about it, and it's a negative thing to college football. And then there's us players that, you can provide for yourself now, which is the best thing that I've always wanted to provide for myself. And I can pay my own bills. I can take care of myself. And I can also, and my family doesn't need it, but I can also help my family if needed. And there's a bunch of guys that play football for a certain reason, like their family, to help them out back home because maybe they came from a struggling situation. And so, being in this situation to be able to, provide for yourself and also provide for your family is really cool.
I definitely agree with Caleb. That's something that I'll take pride in is just being a young man and holding myself to that responsibility to provide for my family. So the NIL, I definitely has negative and positives, just like Caleb said. But for me, I think football is the main thing. You got to keep the main thing. If you're supposed to be locked into game film or something like that, or your preparation, then you got to lock him in. You can't be thinking about all NIL and money and stuff because if you don't play well, you don't get no money. So I think it's definitely a two-way street when it comes to that. And that's something that I've been really focusing on is just keeping football the main thing. And but it also has been a blessing. I've honestly changed my family's life in the last 2 years. So I can do nothing but just thank God and really appreciate everybody who's worked hard to get that bill passed, man. So, and And for the young kids out there who are maybe watching this, is and really focus on the main thing. I see so many stories and stuff where young kids are committed to these schools or they do these things just for money, it seems. And you really want to go out there and just really have fun with the sport, because at the end of the day, it is a business. But if you have fun, you'll probably make some money. So just keep football the main thing, and that's what my advice would be.
Yeah, so I don't participate in any endorsement deals, but I'm happy to see all these guys, continue to build their brands. I'm happy for them to continue to, see success that way. We were giving CJ a hard time because, he's got his ad run up in Times Square. He's looking big time, so I'm happy for all these guys.
What was the exact question again? I'm sorry.
About endorsement deals, are you happy with what they have? Do you want to be specific? I was wondering, since David Stetson, if the Stetson Hat Company reached out to you.
Yeah, well, you'd think, wouldn't you? But no.
You're giving a ton of free publicity.
No, but I mean, I think it's, I think it's a good thing. I think if you take care of your business the right way, then you get paid, and if you don't, then it takes care of itself. It's an economy, it's free market. And I think, at least in Georgia, and that's really all I've seen, I think we've done a really good job, like CJ said, keeping the main thing, but doing it in a way that, like, hey, if we don't play well, we're not gonna get paid, so let's practice hard, let's, blah, blah. And I think it'll keep guys in school longer, more degrees, and, I just think it's, it was time, because all the money that was coming in from the football and from all sports, it's hard to say that when we're, more so me, but when we're legally adults, it's hard to say that, we're making all this money and can't do anything about it. But, obviously, gotta reap the rewards, and, there are gonna be consequences. I'm stepping all over myself, but, the more money that comes in, the more free market comes, and the more transfer portal, then all of a sudden, I don't know what it's gonna do, but there might be cuts, there might be, you lose your job more frequently, people come in, who knows what it's gonna be, but that's not my call, so.
Next question, second row center.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Nicole Cross with Spectrum News 1 Texas. I want to say congratulations to each of you for making it to this point. You guys have shown a lot of heart both on and off the field. In particular, Max, I watched that game against Kansas State. You really just carried that team on your back and just left it all on the field. So my question is, what do you have to say, each of you, to the supporters who've helped you to get to this point? And then what's next for you, whether you walk away with the trophy or not tonight?
Start with Stetson again.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a lot of gratitude, a lot of appreciation, just for all the sacrifice. Especially my parents. It's gonna be tough for me to answer that question for every single person who's helped me, but just I find myself hoping that I can be as good of a parent as they were, because I don't know how they did it. It seemed like, at least looking back now, every turn was, for my benefit, at least indirectly, which is the reason I'm here. And then, last part, what was that last part?
What's next for you?
Oh, what's
Whether
that?
you walk
Well,
away-
we play Ohio State in a few weeks.
Right.
So
Right.
win or lose, that's next,
We'll see that red suit out there.
I'll wear it too.
Yeah, I think just going off it again, so much sacrifice. There's been so many people, in my corner that have supported me, family, friends, TCU, our university, coaching staff. Just so many people, and probably too many people to thank, but have put time and effort into supporting me and being in my circle and continuing to lift me up, continue to believe in me. And I think those are the people, you don't want to prove people wrong, you want to prove people right. And I think that's what really gets me to continue to play, make them be proud of what I'm doing. And then with the trophy, whoever wins it, we're all going to be happy for them. This is a once in a lifetime experience. You got 3 new friends now. It's been tremendous getting to know them this week, so happy for everyone.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like Matt said, there's so many people to thank. But I think for me growing up, people in my neighborhood say it takes a village to raise a child. So I have so many people that have been really good role models to me, people in my community that give back and just have been amazing. So I mean, of course, my mom, she's been a tremendous help. My two older brothers, my two older sisters, my cousins, my family, everybody, man. So and then of course my football family, of course. I think the game of football teaches you so much about yourself and so much about life and how to be a man. And I've had so many coaches and people do that to me. So I can do nothing but tip my hat off and say thank you. Because I would not be sitting right here if it wasn't for the people I grew up with and even people at Ohio State that I've met over these last couple years, man. But yeah, like Stetson said, I mean, we gotta go play Georgia. So I don't think I'm gonna wear a different suit, but no, I was just aside. But no, I'm excited to see who wins, man. I'll be happy for them, whatever happens. And if I win, I will be extremely happy. But if not, I'm gonna keep my chest up, chin high, and just keep swinging, man. Just keep fighting.
For me, there's gonna be a lot of thank yous, a lot of gratitude. I don't know where I'd be without my parents and my mentors. They've been special throughout my whole life, especially when I decided that this was going to be what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. They've been there every step of the way, always telling me the truth if I didn't want to hear it, and even if I needed to hear it. And so those people in my life is, as everybody said, there's too many people to count. To thank, so everybody gets a thank you. That's been supporting me and been with me throughout this journey. And what's next? If I don't win, if I do win, gonna be thankful. Got 3 new friends, as Max said, and you know we'll text every once in a while, congratulate and things like that. And hopefully we all can make it to the next level because we can only be in college for so long. So you know. Hopefully that happens, but you know, I win, and I'll be very thankful for the opportunity. And then what's next for me? Go home and prepare for Tulane.
All right, we're gonna do 2 more questions here before we move the tables out of the way for photos, and we'll go to the back of the room for individual questions.
Christian Garnett, WRHQ New York. This question is for Max. Just talk about what this experience has meant, not just for you, but for the program of TCU and Coach Dyson when he's built his first year.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to be able to, you know, put our program on a national level and get recognized. You know, you're trying to create that brand that people, you know, notice, you know, like all 3 of these guys and their programs. You know, we're trying to, you know, continue and build that. And what Coach Dykes has done, just implement a culture that, you know, is a lot of belief, a lot of hard work, but, you know, we're glad that we got him, so it's been a lot of fun.
Next question, second row center.
Yeah, Connor Riley, Dog Nation. How important was team success / winning for you guys getting here, and how did your teammates help you guys get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I love each and every one of our teammates, you know, I mean, and I think I tell them all the time, I'm just a fan. I just like watching them play football. You know, you watch Devon Bullard run around, you know, like Mighty Mouse, having 5 sacks against Tennessee, Jalen Carter being Superman, you know, and then obviously our offensive line who is unbelievable. I think I got sacked 7 times this year, and wideouts and the backs who, you know, do freaky things whenever they get the ball in their hands. For me, I think the game's, you know, I think it's easy for me because all I got to do is get the ball in their hands and then let them go play football, right? So as long as I can do that, then we'll be okay. So I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do anything without you guys.
Yeah, I think it's you know, this is a team award, and I think a lot of guys know that. It's something for them to be proud of because, you know, none of us would be up here without any of those guys. Whether it's guys that are in the dark that don't get recognized, like O-line and D-line. Whether it's guys on the outside of the backfield, corners, linebackers, safeties. You know, all these guys that continue to put the work in, and I think for us being up here, it allows us to be able to tell their stories and, you know, help them get recognized and our program get recognized. And I think it just shows a lot to all those guys.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Full reason I'm here is because of my teammates and everybody that invested in me just at Ohio State. Our strength program, our nutrition program. I mean, I came into college at like 190 and gained 25 pounds just in a whole year. So That came a long way, and it wasn't just the nutrition staff, it was everybody holding me accountable, my teammates, my older guys. So everybody who's been in Ohio State program knows like how hard we work, and it's not easy. So and that's half the reason I'm here. So I mean, kudos to my guys. Like Max said, it's a team award. I would not be here if without my linemen, without my D line, my corners, everybody, man, my tight ends, people who really strain and really get out there and hit hard every day. I'll be back like, ooh, like they hit me, but like I'll try to get in there too. So I mean, I definitely think that it's been amazing to have great teammates and great people.
Yeah, just like everybody else has said, basically, is that I wouldn't be here without them. It's a team accomplishment. It might have been one of my goals, preseason before the season started, but to be here, I wouldn't be here without them. They mean the world to me, and I got a bunch of texts today from defensive guys, special team guys, a few of our walk-ons, anything like that, congratulating me, and anything like that, I let them know every single time that I can that it means the world to me, that y'all are here with me, or that I'm out there on the field playing with them. I'm grateful for them. I tell them before every game, when we do our team meeting the night before, that I'm as a leader, a captain, that I'm thankful to be in front of them and be able to go out there on Saturdays and play with them. So,
All right. I do want to say one more thing. As a walk-on, I think we have the best scout team in America on offense and defense, and they play so hard every single week. It's their games. That's how I used to view it. It's their games during the week, and I don't think we'd be the team we were without them. So.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. What I'm going to ask you to do